You are no longer their meal ticket. God has been dealing with you to cut off all resources to someone or a group of people that was taking advantage of you. You are no longer their meal ticket. They are no longer draining your resources to take advantage of you the way they used to take advantage of you when they were in full connection with you. God has been dealing with you to completely cut off the ties with this person. Do not allow yourself to feel bad and feel as though you need to take care of them when they have shown you they absolutely disregard you and do not need you. God has been really dealing with this with you. He's been giving very subtle signs to you, like, hey, let this go. The quicker you release this, the quicker I can continue to allow you to heal from this situation. The quicker I can work with this person on the other end. And the moment you completely cut off those resources, and for those of you that have done that, congratulations. Do not find it strange if they try to blame you for everything that is going wrong in their life. That is going to happen. Because now that spirit of dealing what they need to get delivered from is looking to find someone to blame their actions on. Everything that they have done is based off of what they decided to do. But they still want to try to have a connection with you and be that meal ticket to some type of resource, some type of connection that gave them a benefit. And you're no longer giving them that benefit. They no longer have that access to have that benefit. They're going to have to stand on their own 2 feet and find out and figure out how to find ways to get their own resources based off of what they want and they need. But they can no longer drain you for that. God has really been dealing with that with you. He's like, the more you stay connected to them, the more you're going to be hurt. The more they're going to try to blame you. The more you're not going to recover from this. And he's giving you subtle signs with this. There's no more toiling with this because he's also trying to see whether or not you're going to be obedient to what he's asking for you to do. Now, I know you don't want to let that resource go because it's like, let me help them. I feel that they're in a really bad position. I don't want them to be, left without. But they weren't thinking of the same way you're thinking for you. They're not thinking the same way for you. You're not on their mind like that. So if you're not on their mind like that, why are they on your mind like that? Because why? You have a good heart, you're caring, you want to make sure everybody's taken care of, but you're also depleting yourself of your own resources and potentially blocking a blessing for you. And God's like, no, stop that. And just because they blame you the moment you cut them off, God could be working on, don't get offended by that because that's going to happen. He's already prepared you for that. The spirit of offense is not over you. Let it be water off a duck's back. It does not matter. You are not the reason why they're in the situation they're in. They're in the situation they're in because they want to be in that situation. But because they're in that situation, you don't have to have any connection with that. You don't have to be their meal ticket and that resource that kept you guys bonded together. If they want to be separate from you, they need to fully be separate from you. And that means no more of that umbilical cord. Cut it off. Whatever the resource was, let it go. They want to blame you, God's going to deal with them. God's like, you took advantage of this person. You left this person in a very disrespectful manner, and you still want to feed off of this person. Absolutely not. God will deal with them. If they want to repent, they want to repent. God's actually probably still dealing with you to the point where he may not even want you to petition so many prayers for them because they're at a position where God's like, let me deal with them. You're in the way by having that resource for them. You can't be lukewarm with making sure you're being obedient. Cut the resource off. You're not the meal ticket for them. They know you were an asset. They know you were a huge asset. And that asset that was still connected to them from you is not being used correctly. And God knows you don't want your resources entangled in their mishap. No, absolutely not. Cut it off. Stand firm in your word and be obedient to God. If he's telling you to cut the resource off, cut it off. You know what it is. Only you and that other person knows what it is. Cut it off and let it be. If they want to blame you, God will deal with them and he will reconnect them to how they need to be reconnected correctly to him. They want to be with the world. They want to do what they want to do. Let them do it, but you don't have to be a part of it. I know you have a good heart. God knows your heart. You can sleep well at night. You can think well at night. He knows your heart. But he also knows that he needs to work on individuals that need that special one-on-one working, the same way he gave you that one-on-one care. Like, hey, I met you where you are. Let's go. We're going to get this done. Okay. He needs to deliver them. If they want to lie, they want to cheat, they want to do whatever they want to do, let them do that and let God handle them, because how you treat someone is how God will show you this is what it feels like to treat people that way. And how he sets it up, he sets that up. But you don't allow yourself to be connected to someone who's not valuing you and who's taking advantage of you. You're not their meal ticket. You do not have to stand and take all of that anger and hate and bitterness and blame for somebody else doing what they want to do because they don't want to deal with the consequences of their decisions. That's not your fault. Cut it off. If God has been dealing with you to deal with that, do exactly what you need to do and cut off that resource. Do not allow yourself to have your resources limited because you're connected to somebody who is still doing what they want to do and mingling with the devil. If they want to, let them. They're mingling with the wrong crowd, the wrong people. They don't see it, but God sees it, and you cannot be a part of that. And you can't be in the way of that lesson. So for somebody else on the other side of this camera, you know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what's been telling. You've been given those subtle signs from God because he's very much a gentleman. He's been telling you subtly, cut it off, break it off, stop it. You're not helping them. You're hurting them because they don't get a chance to learn what the value of what they need to be taught the lesson in. So I hope this word is encouraging for somebody else on the other side of the screen. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing on this beautiful, wonderful winter day. Hope you guys are staying warm because it's very, very cold outside today too. I want to welcome my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. I want to say thank you to my day one subscribers. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you guys want to connect to me on other social media platforms, they are linked in my description box. And my business for my favorite buttons is also linked in there, where you guys can purchase your own recording device that records up to 30 seconds, and it is also decorated. Here is one I have right now. This is one of my first ones that I made, but I have a whole bunch of different designs on my website, so you guys can go check those out. For those that have led to sell, that is like a tongue twister, into my channel, I thank you guys so much. The funds are definitely going right back out. I'll volunteer for the shelters and the women's shelters locally, and I also feed that back out to the communities in my local neighborhood. So thank you so much, and I pray that your seed is given back to you 1,000-fold in every blessing from heaven. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Take care.